It works better when I turn on the audio. I suppose I should start that over again. That's my own boneheaded move. Sorry, everyone. What I said earlier was Happy Cinco de Mayo. I raised a toast, and then I started the song that I'm starting again. What a fool. I used to walk through this world, cautious and oh so serious, till the life I was living was nearly a near-death experience. Well, I changed my story when I finally saw where I wasn't where it was at. But now I'm alive, I let destiny drive, and I'm stretching out in the back. If I lose my job, I'll sleep till noon. If the news is bad, I'll watch cartoons. And if my house burns down, I'll have lots more room and a much better view of the moon. That chorus goes, if I lose my job, I'll sleep till noon. If the news is bad, I'll watch cartoons. And if my house burns down, I'll have lots more room and a much better view of the moon. Let's try it together, come on. If I lose my job, I'll sleep till noon. If the news is bad, I'll watch cartoons. And if my house burns down, I'll have lots more room and a much better view of the moon. Yeah. In the vastness of space, the ever-expanding universe, we are all puny specks of galactic dust down on Mother Earth. Well, I ain't no preacher, don't know if I'll reach ya, but here is some humble advice. Use your uncommon sense, and you surely will live an uncommonly sensible life. Come on! If I lose my job, I'll sleep till noon. If the news is bad, I'll watch cartoons. And if my house burns down, I'll have lots more room and a much better view of the moon. Now I ain't no preacher, don't know if I'll reach ya, but here is some humble advice. Use your uncommon sense, and you surely will live an uncommonly sensible life. If I lose my job, I'll sleep till noon. If the news is bad, I'll watch cartoons. And if my house burns down, I'll have lots more room and a much better view of the moon. One more. If I lose my job, I'll sleep till noon. If the news is bad, I'll watch cartoons. And if my house burns down, I'll have lots more room and a much better view of the moon. I'll have a much better view of the moon. I'll have a much better view of the moon. Yeah, it's a George Wurzbach song, good friend of mine. Thanks for joining me on the boat again. We're trying to do concerts from odd places. and this is just about as odd of a place as you're going to find. We are in Hopewell, Virginia. Stacy's over there, and I'm over here. I turned the camera around, but it was so hard to get it there in the first place that I'll make her come around later and say hi to everybody. But Hopewell, Virginia, it's where during the Civil War General Grant had his remote headquarters. This was the place. This was City Point, it was called at the time. And we're hoping before we leave here to actually visit Grant's headquarters and check that out. This is a cool spot. It really is. And we have only our buddy Robert to thank for it. He invited us here last fall, and he's got a boat very, very similar to Stinkpot. And we're actually sitting in his slip right now. He moved his boat recently to another marina and said, "Why don't you take my slip while you're up here?" And we were happy to take him up on that. So here we sit. The sun is going to set right over here over my, well, not quite my right shoulder, just in front of my right shoulder at some point in the near future. And we'll have the golden light to enjoy. But we've had a wonderful time here, and we hope to come back here frequently. It's up the James River from Chesapeake Bay. If you've ever been to Norfolk, if you head due west up the James River, you'll find yourself here before you get to Richmond. So we're just about I don't know, an hour's drive from Richmond. It's a good spot. Not even quite an hour. With this song here is a song that I wrote about a lighthouse. And not just, well, it's more a ghost story than it is a lighthouse story. It's called The Keeper of the Light. And it's about this lighthouse off the coast of Maine called Boone Island Light. And back when the lighthouse was first built, it was not a place that anyone actually wanted to be stationed as a lightkeeper. It was a short straw gig. Nobody wanted it. So everybody who ended up out there drew a short straw. And the folks in this song drew the short straw. They were newlyweds, and got shipped out to Boone Island to keep the light, and it became a ghost story. Once again, this is The Keeper of the Light. Of Boone Island off the coast of Maine, your story's often told. How you drift across the boulders when the winds blow wild and cold. Sailors hear your mournful wails when squalls come up at night, and they know they're in the presence of the Keeper of the Light. Why do you walk these broken rocks forever, Catherine Bright? So many men we've seen you when the waters rage at night. A sad-eyed apparition, shrouded all in white, lost in time and memory, the Keeper of the Light. We all heard about your husband, he was the Keeper of the Light. How he drowned in raging waters on that fateful winter night. You kept the lighthouse burning strong to keep the sailors warm, and save the lives of countless men the 5 days of the storm. Why do you walk these broken rocks forever, Catherine Bright? So many men we've seen you when the waters rage at night. A sad-eyed apparition, shrouded all in white, lost in time and memory, the Keeper of the Light. When they found you in the lighthouse, once they'd made it across the reef, you drifted into madness from exhaustion and grief. 5 days without food or sleep, you kept the ships from harm. Then you sat down with his frozen, lifeless body in your arms. Why do you walk these broken rocks forever, Catherine Bright? So many men we've seen you when the waters rage at night. A sad-eyed apparition, shrouded all in white, lost in time and memory, the keeper of the light. Why do you walk these broken rocks forever, Catherine Bright? So many men we've seen you when the waters rage at night. A sad-eyed apparition, shrouded all in white, lost in time and memory, the keeper of the light. You're lost in time and memory, the keeper of the light. You're lost in time and memory, the keeper of the light. The keeper of the light. That's a Maine seagoing song right there. Stacy and I actually cruised by Boone Island on our way south last fall. Was it last fall? Yeah. It really was last fall. Okay. Time has just turned into a blur for me. I need to look over here, and Stacy goes, "Oh yeah, it was last fall." Oh man. So anyways, if you have a request, if there's something you want to hear, please write it carefully and legibly on the back of a an electronic picture of a dead president and send it over. I'll see what I can do. Drop it in the chat. You can go to the link at the bottom of your screen, which is right here. And you can buy a virtual ticket that suffices as the tip, or you can do any of the things that were put in all the promotions for this thing. There's a PayPal link and a Venmo link and all those other sorts of things, or you can just enjoy the show and get me next time. I'm glad you're here. That's the important thing. But Stacy and I are very lucky. We've been cruising for a while at this point. We did the Great Loop, and then after we wound up our actual Great Loop, we found ourselves in Florida, and then we cruised all the way back to Maine, and we cruised the coast of Maine for a while. And then last fall we sold the house and we cruised back to Florida, and then we cruised back up to here. This boat has gone a lot of places at 10 miles an hour. We've seen some beautiful sights. And we feel really, really blessed to be able to do this. And I mean, I don't know that I want to take the risk. I'll do it anyway. What the heck? Oh, you're not going to be able to see it. The sun's just going to wash it out. Trust me, it's gorgeous over there right now, with the sun just sort of finding its way down through the clouds. It's going to set soon. We're surrounded here by nice boats. We're in a covered slip, which is kind of that's a different thing for us. We don't spend a lot of time in covered slips. Covered slips come with other problems. It keeps the rain off of you, and it keeps your boat a little cleaner in some ways. But the spiders come, and the bugs come, and there are other things to clean up your boat. The birds land and go, oh, this is a nice spot. Which we really enjoy, really. just this morning, after I'd got up, I was drinking my cup of coffee, and Stacy was still laying in bed, and she was looking up through the escape hatch, which has a nice big window in it, and a bird landed right on top of it. Right, she's looking right up through a bird, and she called out to me. She said, "This is so cool." So this song is about some of the cool things we've seen, and how all of this was formed before the time of man. Twilight calls, starlight falls, darkness chills the air, and far away the heart will stray, a yearning with no care. And through this night the winds might fight, though none the victor be, till morning light on western bight warms the rising sea. This scene has played 10 million times, it's seen by far too few. This life, this glimpse is but a flash to me. It's all so new. Tides rise and fall on granite wall, carved not by human hands, to count the days in ancient ways before the time of man. Before the bend where rivers blend and brackish water churns, the sea trees reach out with weathered bough, the leaf that sunward turns. And through it all these eyes must fall on visions few will see, unbidden gaze through morning haze unto the frothing sea. The scene has played 10 million times, it's seen by far too few. This life, this glimpse is but a flash to me. It's all so new. Tides rise and fall on granite wall, carved not by human hands, to count the days in ancient ways before the time of man, to count the days in ancient ways before the time of man. That's how lucky we are, right there. So, this next song I have not done in a while. I've always enjoyed the song. I just forget about it. And for me to forget about a song that I've written and actually recorded not once but twice is probably a serious oversight. I liked it enough to record it twice. What can I say? This one dates back quite a ways. It dates me, or in some ways it predates me. I recorded it with my dad on our 1995 release, which is going to be turning, 30 in a few years? That's just obscene. Where does time go? My son is graduating from college later this month. I didn't even know his name when I wrote this song. I think it's hard to love another. Think it's wrong to be afraid. Are you feeling sad and lonely? Do you think you should have stayed? Let me tell you, ain't no right way. You may feel your heart go blind. Every love is like a flower, just a rose of another kind. Maybe waiting in the shadows on a cold and lonely day. It may just find you lost and searching. Seems you ought to run away. Well, let me tell you, ain't no right way. You may feel your heart go blind. Every love is like a flower, just a rose of another kind. When the sun sets yonder night sky, you can hear it calling you, and you're feeling like your lifetime's just running out on you. So be careful on that highway. All the roads just look the same. Maybe one you've never traveled may not be the way you came. Let me tell you, ain't no right way. You may feel your heart go blind, and every love is like a flower, just a rose of another kind. Yes, every love is like a flower, just a rose of another kind. Just a rose of another kind. Yeah! I like that song. I really like it. I remember when I wrote it. I was in the car. I wrote the entire chorus driving to a gig. And I pulled over a couple of times. Oh, this is good. I'm writing this down, you know. Then I finished it when I got home. It was quite a day. I thought, yeah, there we go. There we go. 30 years ago. Jeez. How does that happen? All right. Well, very recently I was contacted by a regional assembly of the Unitarian Universalist Church, and they wanted to use this next song for a regional gathering, and they were doing it all online because of COVID and all of that. But I have not played this song live since I recorded it. It's on my Live at Baldwin Station CD. I did it with cheat sheets then. It's a song that it's just complicated enough. The chorus changes one or two words every time or every other time or something. And it's just complicated enough that my pea brain just can't handle it. So if I stop and go, oh, expletive, you'll know why. I'm trying to take the curse off of this one and just actually work it into the set because I really like the tune. And I think it's a sentiment we need right now. I think we need more gratitude in our lives right now. Because the world is the world. And it's always throwing us curveballs. It's always throwing us trouble. It's always throwing us things that we don't want to deal with. We don't want to think about. But every once in a while, you have to just sit back and count your blessings and say, yeah, but I have this. In my case, it's this boat. And it's where we can go with it. And the fact that diesel is costing $7 a gallon enters heavily into the equation, but it doesn't negate the fact that I still can. And as long as this, there it is, right there, this little thing, it can really help with diesel being $7 a gallon. We're not doing what we thought we were going to do this summer. We were planning to go much further north. We're going to stay on Chesapeake Bay, which is just about, 70 miles downriver from here. We're going to, at some point, go downriver and enjoy Chesapeake Bay for the summer. There's lots to see there. You could spend a lifetime cruising Chesapeake Bay and never see all of it. So we're going to take our best whack at it this summer. And see where the winds bring us, and see where the $7 diesel brings us as well. But we're grateful, regardless. That's what this is all about. It's called the Song of Gratitude. I'm grateful for the sun that shines. I'm grateful for the rain. And when life's bumps and life's bruises come, I'm grateful all the same. So just knowing I am a lonely soul, hand in hand with a world full of lonely souls, brings peace and love to my beating heart, and faith blooms in me again. I'm grateful for music that I may hear. I'm grateful for a tune, the songs that seem to flow through my mind like a river chasing the moon. So just knowing I am a lonely soul, hand in hand with a world full of lonely souls, brings peace and love to my beating heart, and faith blooms in me again. I'm grateful for a smiling face. I'm grateful to see you today. I'm grateful for nature around us all, and for feeling each joy and each pain. Somehow knowing we are all lonely souls, hand in hand with every lonely soul, brings peace and love to each beating heart, and faith blooms in us again. And what is this faith that I'm speaking of? It isn't in some old bearded man up above. It's music and poetry, beauty and love in all of us everywhere. It's music and poetry, beauty and love in all of us everywhere. Yeah. Haven't done it live in 5-6 years. But there it is. After they used it last week for that service, I thought to myself, I need to start doing that song, and I think I did it. By gosh. So anyways, welcome to my home. This place, this boat. Stacy and I share it as our home. We sold our house on land, and we've been cruising since September, basically. We took 3 months and sat still in Sanford, Florida, and now we're sitting still here for at least a month. But by and large, this is a movable object. It floats, it's got engines, and it takes us from here to there. But it's our home. This is the place we come after a long day. It's got a bed. Nothing like laying in a bed after a long day. It's got a refrigerator. There's nothing like rooting through the refrigerator after a long day and just filling those empty spaces, if you know what I'm saying. We love it here. And the fact that it moves is kind of a blessing, because when we wake up and we look out the window, it can be different every day, which is kind of a cool thing. But the one that there are a few things that are sort of carved in stone when you live this sort of life. And the most important one of those, other than, the door's always right there, the wheel's always right here. That's what I'm leaning on when I go over here. The ship wheel is right here. The microphone is not always right here, however. The lights are not always right here. That's all for you. But there are a few things that we do depend on. And those are the things that make it home. But the most important thing that makes this place home is the two of us living here. And we depend on each other, and there's a warmth there that I think, there are buildings and there are homes, or boats and homes, and it takes people to make a home. So that's where we are. When I wrote this song, I always wanted to have 1,000 people singing it with me. I always thought it'd be a great sing-along. The chorus goes like this. Home is where the hugs are warm and where the words are kind. Home is clocks that strike the hour but never pass the time. There are many things a home could be, but still these words ring true. You know it's not a home without you. So that's your part. Home is where the hugs are warm, where the words are kind. Home is clocks that strike the hour but never pass the time. There are many things a home could be, but still these words ring true. You know it's not a home without you. It's only a building, it's only a place, a shelter to hide from the battle or the race. There's a place I might go if I don't know what to do, but you know it's not a home without you. It's warmth from the fire to shake off the wind to chill. A window many hours spent with elbows on the sill. It's a tapping on the rooftop that the rain just can't fall through. But you know it's not a home without you. Here we go! Home is where the hugs are warm and where the words are kind. Home is clocks that strike the hour but never pass the time. There are many things a home could be, but still these words ring true. You know it's not a home without you. So I'm sitting in my room, writing words on a page. I think about this life we share and how our ways have changed. And I wonder if the same old's true for you as sure for me. Would this home be home for you without me? Home is where the hugs are warm and where the words are kind. Home is clocks that strike the hour but never pass the time. There are many things a home could be, but still these words ring true. You know it's not a home without you. Home is where the hugs are warm and where the words are kind. Home is clocks that strike the hour but never pass the time. There are many things a home could be, but still these words ring true. You know it's not a home without you. Yes, there are many things a home could be, but still these words ring true. You know it's not a home without you. Yeah, you know it's not a home without you. There it is. That's what home is. This is home. Your home, I'm sure. Well, I've gone far enough without doing a song by my late dad. This was a request. It's a song he wrote about my French-Canadian heritage because he had none of his own. He was a mutt from Oxford County, Maine, and he met and married a young French girl from Lewiston, Maine. That's where I came from. And then life happened, and hey, Here's the song. My name is Levesque, I'm a son of Quebec. I'm a farmer and a Frenchman by birth. I am used to hard work and the sun on my neck, and I raised what I could from the earth. But now I'm a weaver in some rich man's mill, making blankets to earn a week's pay. And it's 6 days a week, dawn to dark in this hell, but I'm going back home come someday. I'm Giselle Corriveau, and I'm joining my beau in the spring when the log drive is through. He's a woodsman, you know, and I do love him so, and for him there's not much I won't do. So I sweat all day long in this shoe factory, just to put a few dollars away, to save toward a farm in our own country, 'cause we're going back home come someday. It is work, it is family, it's church, it is God. It is why we came here to this land, to make a new life and be what we are, the proud and the strong Quebecois, the proud and the strong Quebecois. I'm Gerard Fournier, and I cut wood all day in the spring. I'll be taking a wife. We'll go back to the land, it's our forefathers' way. To nurture the earth is our life. And on Saturday nights we will dance and we'll sing, raise a glass to our family and friends. And it's Sunday to church and the solace it brings, and on Monday we'll start once again. It is work, it is family, it's church, it is God. It is why we came here to this land, to make a new life and be what we are, the proud and the strong Quebecois, the proud and the strong Quebecois. Oh, we are the folk who quietly toil in this new land of hope we have found. In the woods, on the sea, in the hard rocky soil, in the factories that clutter the towns. And we raised up cathedrals to the glory of God. They were built of our blood and our tears. And we made it through hard times and hunger and floods, and we'll be here for thousands of years. It is work, it is family, it's church, it is God. It is why we came here to this land, to make a new life and be what we are, the proud and the strong Quebecois, the proud and the strong Quebecois. C'est le travail, c'est la famille, c'est l'église, c'est Dieu. It is why we came here to this land, to make a new life and be what we are, the proud and the strong Quebecois, the proud and the strong Quebecois, the proud and the strong Quebecois, the proud and the strong Quebecois. By request, right there. So I take walks. It's probably not a surprise to most of you that I take a lot of walks. As a matter of fact, Stacy and I just took a walk before the show. We just thought we'd shake off the day and stretch our legs a little bit and get ready for this by relaxing on our feet and burning a few calories and a couple of miles, which is exactly what we did, and it was great. And not far from the marina here, there's a great little nature trail. It's probably all of a half mile long. It goes from here to a cemetery that's beside tennis courts and ball field and stuff. And along the way, there are all these little signs, and it tells you what kind of trees you're looking at. And some of them are familiar to us. Some of them are less familiar to us, being from the Northeast. But it's kind of cool to see and see what's, see what the trees are all about. But I was taking a walk. I'm not going to tell you how long ago this was. It's a long time ago. And I walked by this huge, huge old maple that you just could not get your arms around if you wanted to. You couldn't do a ring around the rosy with it with 6 people and get your arms around it. It was just one of those huge, old, 300-400-year-old trees. And somebody had carved their initials on the side of the tree, true love always loves so-and-so. And I looked at that tree and I thought, that poor tree. It, grew up, went through wars and pestilences, and still standing here, and somebody comes along with a pocket knife and has to do that to it. Then I thought about it. I thought about it long and hard, because that carving in the side of the tree really did not harm the tree in any significant way. The bark was thick. This is an old tree. It just sort of shrugged it off. And the bark was even starting to grow in the carving a little bit. And but whoever carved it put a memory there. They placed a moment in time on the side of that tree. And there's no way to really quantify the value of that. I mean, what's life but memories? That's all we have. And we look forward, but we're always remembering where we've been and the cool things we've done. And so anyways, I wrote this song about that little carving in that big old tree. It's called The Lover's Tree. It's a summer night, the moon is bright, the stars they are dancing, and the fireflies are silver in the trees. Hear the thicket ring, the crickets sing, the birds are romancing, and we're sitting in a field on our knees. And I can hear you breathing my name. I can feel all the love in your eyes. And I know you can feel all the same. Those are feelings no heart can disguise. On this holiday, the world will play and we will be dancing to the music made by two hearts in love. And if you never see me again, if you're to leave me and never return, then I will hold this close to my heart. It's on a page that I never will turn. But I have no fear, for you are here, and I'll leave you never, together till the leaves finally turn. It's an autumn day, colors fall away, still the tree stands forever, where we carved our names the night that we met. In 100 years, lovers walking near will see us together. That tree's a memory that never forgets. And I can hear you breathing my name. I can feel all the love in your eyes. And I know you can feel all the same. Those are feelings no heart can disguise. On this holiday, the world will play, and we will be dancing to the music made by two hearts in love. Have you had a good time this evening? Has this been? I've had fun. We got a nice chat going on. I'm occasionally looking over at this other screen here because I can see the chat over here, even though I probably should have my bifocals on for that. Old fart jokes. Anyhow, I've had a good time. I hope you have too. I want to do this again on the regular. I think Thursday nights seem to work all around. It's probably not going to be every Thursday night. I did one of these 2 Thursdays ago, and it seemed to go pretty well, except for the Mark Zuckerberg influenced snafus at the beginning. That's why we're on YouTube now. I think it's definitely easier to deal with. It's not. It doesn't have the reach of Facebook, but
might go back.
We'll see what happens. We're gonna chew it over, mull it over, and see where we end up. But I want to thank you all for being here this evening and putting a little something in the old tip jar right here. And making all of this worth setting up and doing. So thank you everyone for joining me. I'm going to do one more song and then bid you adieu. This is a folk song, or I like to think so. It's not really. I was brought up against the realization that folk music comes from deep roots. It's songs that are passed down, and until it reaches a point that everybody knows the song, it's truly not folk music. So, I mean, most of the Beatles catalog at this point probably qualifies as folk music. Country Roads, folk music. And, you know, you can make a case for a lot of songs that we all, well, yeah, even what is it, Baby Shark? Yeah, probably is. I don't want to think about it, but anyways, so there's a lot of songwriters out there, though, making folk music, or making what they call folk music, and really all it is them whining about their love lives. I came smack up against this because my music was put into a radio show with a lot of their music, and I ended up yelling at the radio about halfway through the radio show, your love life will never be a folk song. And it stick. It became a song. So when I get to the part of the chorus that goes, your love life will never be a folk song, I want you to sing that with me. So here we go. It may be tragic, the way she's done you wrong. The very fabric of this world has come apart since she's been gone. You thought your pen and guitar could fix the problems of your heart, but your love life will never be a folk song. Try it. Yes, your love life will never be a folk song. That's all you need to do. It was special, you know, the world just has to agree. The way she looked at you when you were so cool with your guitar on your knee. From the very start she brought new songs into your beating heart. Then she broke it, and we all know how she tore it all apart. It may be tragic, the way she's done you wrong. The very fabric of this world has come apart since she's been gone. You thought your pen and guitar could fix the problems of your heart, but your love life will never be a folk song. Yes, your love life will never be a folk song. Folk songs have been around and sung for many years, sung by young and old in many kitchens, clubs, and theaters. Start singing one and folks around you join in harmony. So that breakup song you wrote for her ain't folk, you must agree. It may be tragic, the way she's done you wrong. The very fabric of this world has come apart since she's been gone. You thought your pen and guitar could fix the problems of your heart, but your love life will never be a folk song. Yes, your love life will never be a folk song. It may be tragic, the way she's done you wrong. The very fabric of this world has come apart since she's been gone. You thought your pen and guitar could fix the problems of your heart, but your love life will never be a folk song. Try it. Your love life will never be a folk song. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. But your love life will never be a folk song. Yes, your love life will never be a folk song. Oh, your love life will never be a folk song. Yes, your love life will never be a folk song. Thanks, everybody. Happy Cinco de Mayo. And there's Stacy. We'll see you all sometime very soon. Check us out on Facebook, of course, at Our Adventures on Stinkpot, and our brand new blog, which you probably got to this broadcast from, which is aboardstinkpot.com. Thanks, everyone. Take care.